For many years, tension has existed in Europe between the forces of NATO and the Warsaw Pact. And it is in West Germany that any future attack might well be launched. The threat comes, of course, from the Soviet-controlled East, and nobody in the free world can predict when, or indeed if, an attack will come. Beyond the East German border is the largest Soviet force outside the Soviet Union. And if the invasion ever comes, many of you are the soldiers who will have to face it. You need to have the answers ready before the problems arise, and learn the lessons today, because tomorrow could be too late. Although you've got an obvious interest in broad Soviet military doctrine, it's really of little practical importance to you as a regimental soldier. What matters most to you is what the Soviets will try to do to you and what you can do about it. So let's assume that political reasons have led to the Soviets launching an attack, giving us little or no warning of their actions. To meet the Soviet threat, our units are rapidly occupying their battle positions. Only a few hours away, a Soviet motor rifle regiment is moving towards our covering force, squadron and company group positions. For the sake of speed, Soviet forces will usually move forward in column. As in our own army, the grouping will vary according to the task. But we are now going to look at a typical deployment of the motor rifle regiment in the advance after moving out of their assembly area. This is the main body of the motor rifle regiment, with the bulk of its striking power. About 10 kilometers ahead of the main body will be the advanced guard of reinforced battalion strength. To avoid confusion, the groups which compose the advanced guard are referred to as the CRP, Combat Reconnaissance Patrol, which is the leading element, the vanguard, and the main guard. The main guard consists of the tank company's headquarters and 2 platoons of tanks, battalion headquarters and 2 motor rifle companies, anti-tank and air defense weapons, artillery headquarters and at least 1 battery of howitzers, plus a troop of combat engineers. It will have flanking reconnaissance elements. The vanguard, a reinforced company group, has 3 tanks, 10 APCs, and 2 self-propelled air defense vehicles, with anti-tank and combat engineer support, NBC reconnaissance, and artillery reconnaissance. Possibly it may have the battalion's battery of mortars, and will have its own reconnaissance. Moving up to 10 kilometers ahead of the vanguard, the CRP is composed of a motor rifle platoon mounted in APCs and a battle tank, and may be supported by other elements appropriate to its mission. Well ahead and to the flanks of the Combat Reconnaissance Patrol, spear point of the advanced guard, will be other reconnaissance elements. They may evade you because they do not fight unless forced to. But the Combat Reconnaissance Patrol, here mounted in BTR 60 PBs, is required to brush aside opposition, as well as proving routes and reporting on obstacles and on any of your positions or other troops in the path of the regiment's advance.
Чисто! Вперед!